Because one day I sat down and I thought to myself, I didn't really like where I was in my life. So I changed that. Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Lunar, and if you guys are not new here, I'm still Lunar. I actually thought of it myself and I've been very proud of me saying it in every single video, so if you noticed and you chuckled, then good. If not, that's fine too. It's been a very long awaited video and I've been trying to film this type of video like every single year, but I feel like I haven't learned as much as I have learned up until this point in my life. So if you guys didn't know, I'm 25 and I think that's like the perfect age. I don't know, obviously, like I'm gonna preface this by saying like I don't know everything, and this video is supposed to be kind of like me sharing my tips more than like me being a guide. I feel like a lot of people on this platform take on the role of like being a teacher, a guide, a mentor, but for me I actually don't want any of those roles at all, because if I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys, I can't guarantee that I will not make any more mistakes moving forward. I'm not putting myself in a position where like, oh, I have learned this before and I'm sure that it will never happen again, because you know what, life sucks. And from what I've learned is that every single time you think you know something, the universe will send things your way and show you and tell you that no, you do not know anything. So I feel like this is the perfect closeout for 2025 and going into the 2026 new year. I feel like a lot of people are looking to upgrade themselves both physically and mentally. If you guys didn't catch what I said physically and mentally, because in my opinion, and you can argue with this if you guys want, but this is in my personal humble opinion, I think that beauty is, yes, what matters on the inside, but also what matters on the outside as well. I feel like a lot of people on the internet will tell you that like it doesn't matter like what's on the outside, like it only matters what's on the inside. Be so for real right now. I think we all know that like it does matter what's on the outside as well, because people will treat you differently depending on how you look. That says a lot. I've done a lot of research and I've done a lot of my own like self-thinking, I guess you can say, and I wrote it all down here. In like a 20-minute video, like you can't cover every single base, so we're just gonna go through them one by one. And if you guys want to know more or like curious about more, you guys can always comment down below. Shall we get started? With every single video that I do, I feel like I want to give like a backstory, you know, like my villain origin story, like how did it all start? Because I'm gonna be so honest with you guys, and I think I will do a separate video on this topic of like confidence. Growing up, I was always that introverted kid in the back of the class. Like I had no friends, didn't want to talk to anybody, didn't want to socialize, to the point that like I was called nerdy, loser. That affected my self-esteem and my self-worth a lot growing up, and also the fact that, you know, I was Asian in a predominantly white school. I honestly don't remember like the exact point where it started, but something inside my head like shifted, and my perspective was, this sounds kind of pessimistic, but I started to realize that like the world never did revolve around me, and to some extent I do not care about what other people think about me at all. Before, like I'm still like, I would say like 10% a people pleaser, but back then that used to be 100%. Like I would always base my actions on other people, and I'm like, what would this person think of if I did this? What did this person think if I did that? As I grew older, I just realized that nobody really cares about you more than yourself. I don't know, I think like I just had to like put that into perspective and kind of like make myself realize that like you guys are your own worst enemy. Like all these things that you think people are thinking about you, sometimes that's not even true at all. The older you get, the more you realize that the happiest people are the people that don't give a fuck about what other people think about them. And I'm going to give you one extreme example. So I went to the Demon Slayer movie, right? I saw a group of people cosplaying Demon Slayer characters, right? When society doesn't understand something, they always have to make fun of it. So there was a group of other teenagers that were making fun of these cosplayers for dressing up. And in my opinion, I'm like, all those thoughts, like, yeah, you can be like, oh, what are they doing? Like, this might be kind of weird because you're not used to it. But those thoughts should have stayed inside your head. People like that are out here filled with hate and you're judging someone else, but you know what the cosplayers are thinking? You know what's going inside their heads? They're like, oh my god, like I am so excited to watch this movie and I'm excited to dress up. Like that, I feel like they have such a positive outlook on life and they're just enjoying life to the fullest, which is exactly what everyone else should be doing. It shouldn't matter what everyone else is doing besides what you're doing, because you're living your own life, not someone else's life, right? So why are you so obsessed with what someone else is doing to the point you're taking time out of your own life to judge and mock them? I don't know why I'm screaming at the camera, I'm so sorry. Damn, like, girl, calm down. Whoa! Sorry, but I get very like passionate about these things. So I was just like, oh my god, like that is so true. All the happiest people, they just live their lives and they don't care about what anyone else thinks. And that's exactly what you guys should be doing. You want to advance yourself, you have to put yourself in the center of the circle. Like, you can't be like, oh, what is this other person doing? What is this other person doing? No, what are you doing? Instead of taking all that time and energy, direct it onto yourself so that you can level up your playing field. If two people, let's say you and your friend are building a house, if you keep looking at what your friend is building, when will your house get built? I think this is along the same lines as like, stop comparing yourself to other people, because once you compare yourself to other people, you're always gonna sell yourself short. You're like, this person is achieving this thing, they achieve this, but I can't do something like that. The main word today has to be perspective, because like, I also have that mindset where I compare myself to other people, and people will tell you never to compare yourself with other people. But I'm gonna add a little caveat. I'm just gonna say that do not compare yourself to other people unless you use that as motivation. I'll never be as good as her, like I can't do something like that, like I'm not brave enough. In your mind, you have to hit that switch and flip it the opposite perspective, where you're just like, oh my god, this person is doing such good things. Imagine if I could do the same thing. Don't compare yourself to other people unless you can handle it. Use that as motivation to build yourself up. You're saying, oh look, my friend just bought a new house. You know what? I'm gonna work on myself until I can build a new house. Alright, I want to keep this video super organized, so I'm gonna split this into two topics as I mentioned prior, mental and physical. Alright, let's get started. In order to glow up physically, you have to have the time and energy to invest in yourself. And I'm not talking about like, you know, getting your entire face done. If you want to do that, yeah, do that. But I think it's also like the minor details that you can also change. I noticed that my glow up occurred when I switched some of like my routines, my skincare, my products. For me personally, I rely on 4 different things. And the 4 things that I changed was like, I switched to Japanese hair care, I switched to Korean skincare, I switched to Chinese makeup techniques. They have a lot of good techniques on Xiaohongshu or Douyin, so if you want to search that up, they have a bunch of techniques that are like really nice. There's a reason why Douyin makeup blew up on TikTok. So, and then I also switched over to Vietnamese fashion, and all these are kind of like interchangeable. I feel like before I was so focused on like Western culture to the point that I forgot myself that, hey, your girl's Asian, I'm Asian. So once I made these changes, like I think that it helped me glow up more, because all these products are kind of catered to me. So I'm not gonna tell you like, if you switch to Japanese hair care, if you switch to Korean skincare, if you switch to Chinese makeup, it's all gonna work for you. I'm gonna say kind of like take it with a grain of salt. If it works for you, then good. If it doesn't, then you don't have to listen to any of my tips. Because let's say like Japanese hair care, mine works because my hair is similar to like Japanese hair. The Japanese hair care products works for my type of hair. But let's say if you have like curly or very like thick coarse hair, don't use Japanese hair care, because that will definitely ruin your hair. Use the product that is made for you. So another thing that helped me level up physically was learning a bit more about myself, and I'm talking about like what color tone, you know, color analysis that kind of blew up on TikTok everywhere, because like people were going to Korea to do their color analysis, your body type, low weight, visual weight, things like that really help you like cater your physical look and kind of like maximize the best points on your face and on your body in order to like help yourself look the best that you can. For things like tone, you can definitely like look it up online. I believe like something very quick, like a quick test, like you look at your veins. If you're green, then you're warm toned. If you have purple blue veins, then you're cool toned. But if you have both, then you're neutral. And I believe that I'm neutral. Once you learn these things about yourself, like you kind of switch your like makeup, your outfit, your style in order to like match your whole entire body and persona. And I feel like that makes you so much more beautiful once you find things that are like meant to fit you and meant to like be for you. Once you find out like your face shape, your body type, you're gonna find clothes that like help accentuate your curves, and I feel like that also aids in making you look more presentable and more beautiful. You don't have to change anything about yourself in order to make yourself beautiful, but it's like tweaking little things in your daily routine to kind of maximize what you already have going on and to kind of bring forward the beauty within you. And then I also invested a lot in my self-care as well. Like I did hand masks, body scrub, lotions, perfume, teeth whitening. I do like self-care at least once a week, and a lot of people might be like, oh my god, that's like way too much. But sometimes I do it like 2 times a week. Whenever I want to have a self-care day, I will have a self-care day. Like it's not like a set thing. It's like every single time I feel like super stressed out from either work, social life, or whatever, I think like just going home, washing my face, putting on a nice face mask is like the perfect thing for me to detox, both physically and mentally. Like you're helping your skin, and then you're also helping your mind by relaxing. If you guys haven't had any self-care days, I would suggest incorporating at least like a self-care day once a week or whenever you need it. My self-care routine, I go home, take a very hot shower at night, slip into some very nice comfy PJs, throw on a movie, a face mask, and I drink my green tea to detoxify my body. And that leads me into my next point, is that if you want to glow up physically, you have to be able to invest in a healthy diet. Oh, there's a lot to unpack here, but I feel like people will kind of misconstrue my words. I'm gonna say it anyways. I am not saying that in order to have a glow up you need to lose weight. That is not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying though is that you need to have a healthy diet, and that can be like, a diet can be cutting out like sugary foods, fat foods. Two of the things that really helped me kind of work on my body was, one, improving my gut health, and number two, speeding up my metabolism. There used to be a time when I was so obsessed with like losing weight that I would only eat like 1 egg per day. If you guys ever want to lose weight, please do not ever starve yourself, because it's extremely dangerous, and that affected me in so many different ways, but like physically and mentally. Like I was getting absolute like disgusting mood swings, and I was like very like bitter and angry because I didn't have any food inside my body. I don't know, it really messed with my head and like everything, and I messed up my metabolism severely. What I'm saying is to improve your diet like little by little every single day, and you know, like incorporate like more fruits and veggies, eat more like clean. I'm very proud of this. This doesn't sound like much. Like I'm someone that has to drink like milk tea every single day. Like it's actually like driving me insane. And you know the amount of sugar and like carbs I think that is like in bubble tea, because like the tapioca pearls itself and then the milk tea is like really sweet. Before I would always get 100% sugar, but now I cut that in half. Like I know it doesn't sound like extreme, but to me that sounds like amazing, to the point like before I was like, you know what, like it tastes weird, but because I keep doing it now, like every single time I go somewhere I just default to like less sugar, less sugar, less sugar, so that I'm like training my body. And like once I think I forgot to change the sugar on one of my milk teas, and I drink it and I almost spat it out because I'm like, this is like super sweet. And I look at it and it's like 100%. I'm like, oh my god, how the hell did I used to drink something like this? The more like you train your body to eat clean, the more it will kind of regulate that, and it will help you to become more healthy. And then another tip that I do have is that like you should always invest in how you look every single day. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, my looks low-key dictate my mood for the day. Like if I go out like all bummy, hair tied up, sweatpants, I don't feel as good, because you know what, I don't feel confident. Even on days where like I just want to go out and do something really quick, like run quick errands, you know, tying up my hair to like a really nice ponytail, or like putting on like my favorite shirt makes me feel so much more empowered, because like you know in your mind you're like, oh my god, like I look good. So then that kind of triggers something inside your brain. You're just like more confident because like you feel more comfortable. I know that when I put my all into like my outfit or my outerly appearance, if I look good, then I feel good, and that's it. I don't have to explain that to anybody else. Like, you do you. Again, a whole lot to unpack on the physical side, but I feel like I am still missing something. Time restraint. So we're gonna go over to the mental side of things. Glowing up mentally, I've actually done a lot of things such as like journaling and organization. Can I just say, like, I am not a huge fan of meditation. I feel like I keep seeing a lot of videos, people saying like you need to like meditate 5 minutes every single day. I feel like if that works for you, great, but for me, like things like that don't really work for me. I hate solid, rigid routines. I told you how I have like self-care every single week, right? But the day always changes because like there's like no set routine. If there's a set routine, I feel like I am less inclined to want to do it, because like it feels more like a chore to me than what it's supposed to like help me do. For example, I started to journal. Every single time I had like a thought inside my mind, I would like hurry up and like jot it down. Like sometimes I can write like full 3 pages, and sometimes it's just like a bullet point. I don't want to like sit there and force myself to like, oh, 30 minutes in the morning to journal, because I feel like that's gonna make me have like ingenuine thoughts and be like, you're just like sitting there because you have to sit there. If you guys are also like similar to me and you don't like solid routines, I kind of suggest this. Like do journaling and just have your journal like open and like ready to jot down ideas, but like you don't have to assign yourself like a set time, because that feels high-key like school. So every single time like I have a new like idea or like a new goal that I want to complete, I just like jot it down, and then at the end of the month you just compile all those like one bullet point, and you see that you can actually fill an entire page. So yeah, like just little thoughts every single day. Like once you add it up, it just turns into like this big thing. You're like, oh my god, like when did I write all this? Something else that I really like to do that really leveled me up mentally was to learn new hobbies. I've always wanted to learn like coding and graphic design. I feel like YouTube really allows me to step into that. If you guys didn't know, I have a cover channel, and music is something that I really love to do, but I'm not that good at it. So every single day I've been learning, like watching like 5-minute YouTube clips on like how to work my DAW, which is like Logic Pro. I've been learning how to mix and master my own music. Like before I would just like click every single button. I'm like, okay, does this sound good? Does this sound good? Does this sound good? And then I've also started like to get into reading. I really love like reading motivational books and like self-help books. Is that what it's called? I feel like those books have also shaped me into the person that I became today, because like those tips that they have in the book are also really good tips. And this is a major one, but take time to focus on yourself. Self-care, as I said, this is what I said before, you have to learn to be content in your own company. Stories online where people are saying like, you know, sometimes they're scared of the own voices inside their head, and I understand that to some extent, but you have to train yourself to have positive thoughts instead of the negative ones. Sometimes I do have negative thoughts because guess what? We are human. But you want your positive thoughts to outweigh your negative ones. Like instead of thinking like, I can't do this, how about change your perspective on things and be like, how can I do this better? Or what can I change in order to achieve this? I feel like it's easier said than done, but I want you to practice to be comfortable on your own and kind of like comfortable to listen to yourself. Even if the entire world fails you, you cannot fail yourself. If you learn how to be happy in your own company, you will achieve such great things, because that is when you realize that you don't have to rely on anyone else for your own success and your own happiness. Another thing I want to add is that you have to learn to be understanding to yourself. I want you guys to be understanding to yourself and understand that we are all human and we all make mistakes. Sometimes we make more mistakes than others, and that's okay, because every single person is going through different things in their life. Even though we share the same struggles, the circumstances that everyone is going through is very different. But I just want you guys to be like really understanding to yourself and learn to be like less critical and less harsh on yourself. Think of life as like an opportunity to grow and an opportunity to become better. Hear me out, right? This high-key sounds like a little cult moment, but it's not. Listen, I started like tarot card reading and like life path and destiny matrix reading, and I feel like that has really excelled me into the point where I am today. This is like the opposite of like the physical aspect. I feel like this is the counterpart of that. Physically, like you can upgrade your looks by like learning about your tone, your color analysis, your body type. You can actually switch that into a mental perspective, a mental lens, and look at that on your like life. You can search up your life path, your destiny matrix, your karmic timeline, and all these things will tell you a little bit about yourself that you never even knew. For example, I am a life path 11, and it told me that I'm a very sensitive soul, very empathetic, and I tend to like want to achieve really big things, but I can't put my foot down because there's so many different things going on at once. And once I read that, I was like, oh my god, like this is high-key right. And then once you search up like your life path and your destiny matrix, like I found out that I was a Destiny 4, which is the leadership code. I think the 4 code is the code for Emperor, and it just makes so much sense because the way like my leadership style is like very masculine. You know what I mean? I feel like it's so hard to like explain this in words, but like yeah, if you guys are ever curious, just search up like all these different things. It will also read like your shadow sides and like show you things that you should work on in order to like achieve this greatness and stuff like that. Another point is that you have to learn to be kind to yourself, but not only yourself. Learn to be kind to others as well. I feel like I don't have to say anything else about that, because if you don't get it, then learn how to set boundaries. I feel like once I learned how to set my boundaries, the setting and like the social area that I am in completely changed, because I have cut off every single toxic friend that I have. And guess what? I am feeling so much better. Like your mental space is cleared now because you cleared yourself of all the debris. If you set direct boundaries and standards, you are going to get that back. If you set high standards, you're only going to achieve good things in life because you have taught yourself to never settle for anything less. Learn how to say no and cut off all the negative people in your life. If someone drains you, cut them off, leave them in the past. Because you know what I learned? It took me way too long to learn, but through high school and college, like I was surrounded by really bad people, and guess what? The saying is true, like your surroundings really show who you are. Being around such negative people, that I feel like that has affected me to a certain degree, where like I've started to realize that like all my thoughts have become so negative, and I'm like, I don't really like what I'm doing to myself or others. Like every single time I hung out with these like certain group of people, it was like extremely exhausting and it was extremely negative. And I feel like every single time we hang out, it's just like constant complain. Like nothing good has ever come out of these people's mouths. I decided, I'm like, you know, one day I just distance myself from them, and guess what? And so much happier ever since, and I actually found new friends that actually uplifts me, and I feel like it was so different like hanging out with these group of negative people and then finding new friends that are like positive. I feel like I'm always looking forward to my next hangout with these group of people, because every single time I hang out with them, it's always just laughter and like happiness. You know, which one would you want to hang out with? People who drain you or people who lift you up? So this is kind of a task, and this is on you guys. If you guys don't like where you are in life, or you don't like the setting that you're surrounding yourself with, you have the power to change that. Okay, and this last tip is for both mental and physical, and you guys will probably laugh at me when I tell you guys. I feel like no one ever really talks about this, but this is my ultimate tip for like how to glow up and how to feel like a baddie and to like channel your inner confidence. And the tip is to listen to TikTok edit music everywhere you go. It sounds so funny now that I'm saying it like out loud. I literally have a playlist on Spotify called Hot Girl Walk, and like I play that music every single time I'm in public because it just makes me feel like a bad bitch. And remember what I said to you guys earlier in the physical side of things, the physical section, that like once you look good, you feel good. And like you're listening to this music, like oh my, like every single time I walk on the street I just feel like a bad bitch because the music is also adding to that. And like I know that I'm wearing like my favorite coat or something like that, and I just walk on the street and I'm just like stress. And even like when I'm not out on the streets, like at nighttime, I just like when I'm doing my work, I'm like putting on like this music. I'm just like, oh my god, like look at me being a CEO, like look at me being the boss, like la la la. I don't know, I think I'm just like a very musically driven person. Like music really tunes my emotions. But I highly recommend listening to like TikTok funk music edits. So good, it's so good. What am I even talking about anymore? But yeah, funk music, like the one that I played at the beginning of this video. Alright guys, so that is all for today's video. I hope you guys were able to learn a lot, and I hope that you were able to take down some notes and some of my tips were useful for you. And again, I want to remind you guys that beauty matters not what's on the outside, but also what's on the inside as well. And if you want to glow up and have a really good 2026, I feel like you have to invest your time both into your outer appearance and also your mental state. And one more thing, I want to re-emphasize the point that I am not here to be a guide or a mentor to you guys. Like I want you guys to imagine that we are both walking down on a path. Your path is on the right, my path is on the left, and we're parallel to each other. But the point that I want to make is that I'm here walking the same path as you. I'm gonna tell you all the tips and tricks that I've learned on like my journey, and I'm gonna share that to you, and hopefully that helps you. I hope that you also share the tips that you have with me as well, because I'm still on this journey and I'm still learning and I'm still open to all these things. Like I'm still gonna make the same mistakes probably, and I'm not 100% confident that like I've learned everything that I need to learn in this life. I have unlocked like this achievement or like this greatness, this power, because I do not. I want you guys to think of me as like a friend that is walking a similar path to you. If you fall down, I will pick you up, but if I fall down, then you will also pick me up too, right? I wish you guys all the best in your new upcoming year 2026. I really hope that you guys take my tips with consideration and take the tips that work best for you. You don't have to take every single thing that I say to a T. I just want to remind you guys, and I want you guys to know that you guys are so much more powerful than you guys realize. You guys are doing something that doesn't harm humanity. I believe in you guys. I really believe in you guys, and I wish only the positive things for you. Thank you guys for watching my video, and I'll see you guys in 2026. Bye now!